Cholang soki chongan la, janshi baru lani yasuchi, lani chenyengi pe sonamgi, cholang pechi sangye drupar sho. Cholang soki chongan la, janshi baru lani yasuchi, lani chenyengi pe sonamgi, cholang pechi sangye drupar sho. Cholang soki cholang la, janshi baru lani yasuchi, lani chenyengi pe sonamgi, cholang pechi sangye drupar sho.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Good morning. Everybody has a good, what's it? Good breakfast? Yeah. Maybe not yet. Anyway, I'm very happy to share my baby knowledge with you guys. We sharing good things around to Medford for our side,
for ourselves.
For ourselves. Usually we say take care of others, thinking about others, but first we need to stand up our
Ourselves.
Ourselves, right? If we have to save some person or some animal, they fall the water. We have to save. First, you have to know how you swim. Otherwise, go under the water together, right? Down. Yeah. Therefore, first we have to happy, strong person, peaceful person, calm down person, first ourselves. Anyway, we Buddhism believe to past and future lives. Also, these lives not just automatically come there. No cause, no condition, not
This isn't accomplished without causes and conditions.
Right. Therefore, then who created the cause and condition? You think about it. For example, if you are retirement, I don't know, maybe people doesn't like to retirement. They should getting old. Maybe they're more relaxed. Anyway, doesn't matter. If you're retirement, you more comfortable. Your physical things.
Physically more comfortable.
Anyway, house, mortgage, you don't have anything worry to financial thing. Yeah, retirement, right? If
That's what people hope anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope this one, right?
Speak for yourselves.
But this is not just we hope doesn't come. We have to work hard before the retirement. Then this work hard results after you reach retirement. I don't know, maybe you get. For example, then people have to study, first grade, second grade, third grade, then high school, college. What is the purpose? They say, oh, I have to, good job, famous person. Anyway, you think about your maybe we say late 20s, 30s, 40s. You say, oh, I'm doing that time, I get good job, I have to good family. But these things also you have to create cause condition. How you study hard, then what grade you, or what good education you have, then you have to hope to get good jobs. Therefore, everything and phenomena, impermanent things, we can just maybe say today to start today, then after tomorrow or after maybe this afternoon. Whatever happens, they all come from cause condition. Therefore, who create this cause condition, then who get the result? This kind of person have to create the cause condition. Then we say, we have to pass future life. Now, they really create past life, create this life. They create good person, we are everything's fine. But not 100%, but we checking some, poor countries, terrible person, homeless person. We are fine. Everything we have to do. If you go to China, India, check that. And you go to India, many people looking oil every day, all the trash. Can you know that?
Yeah. It's people who search through the garbage.
Always, they have not glove. They're always looking for something to eat, something fun, maybe they sell. We are not here. I didn't saw. Of course, our here, no one do this. Therefore, past life, they good job. We are not very, very handsome, very, very beautiful. We are not ugly. Everything is we are fun. Now, future life, good or bad, this is our hand. If you want to, nice person, good person, beautiful, handsome, anyway, you have to create the cause condition right now. Also, this cause condition, when we do, maybe we, next year, maybe when I retirement, then I do something. It's too late. We don't know when we die. Even though maybe here, somebody say, I'm not die 100% tomorrow. Can you guys say? Maybe you guys say, Geshe 100% he doesn't die tomorrow. I don't know one say, who knows? Then when we need to correct cause condition, right now, today, when you have opportunity, then what is cause condition? You have to know. We just, I need to cause condition. Then we don't know. We didn't identify what cause condition. Then virtuous things, good cause condition. Non-virtuous things, bad cause condition. Then what is virtue is? We have to also think about what is virtue. Then we have to think, maybe close eye, what is virtue? There are many different kinds of virtues. But basic virtues keep your mind peaceful.
Discipline your mind.
Discipline your mind. Buddha said,
So the verse in one of the verses that we recite in the morning here, it's the, let's see, on page 3, the 3rd verse down. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha.
Okay? Then, what kind of sin we have to learn this?
So discipline your own mind. We have to understand what type of mind that we will discipline, that will be disciplined.
Then we have to turn non-virtuous kind of mind and body, speech and mind. Basically, attachment, anger, hatred. This kind of mind is no good. Why no good? They hurt others. For example, if someone hurt us, we are not happy. This kind of action then creates negative karma. If you have very strong angry, you can show actions, any body or speech, mind, any activities. They hurt others, they are uncomfortable. This action creates non-virtuous. Then this results no good. Then you have to, what do you say? Anyway, loving kindness, and taking care of others. Just we can say, this kind. Then, body, speech, mind, you can show refuge, recite the mantras, recite the texts. These things, activity, circumambulation, prostration, this kind of action is virtuous actions. This create to virtuous. Then result also good things coming. Beautiful, nice, perfect result. Now we do every day, activity. Every day we do a little bit, the virtue things. It's very good. This country has not much time. Everybody have to run to walk. We don't have any freedom. But we can take some time, everybody do how much we can. It's very good. Then we can check maybe someone's 3 years retreat. We compare them, we are very small baby. We don't do anything. But people doesn't do anything, we can look them. Then we do a lot. Then we have a little maybe proud. Pride. Anyway, very important is we are all body, speech, mind doesn't follow 10 non-virtues. This is more important. Try to follow 10 virtues. Opposite 10 non-virtues, virtues. And everybody knows 10 non-virtues, right? Maybe you guys heard maybe hundreds, millions of times. You say, yeah, I know this guy. Anyway, same lumo one masamus. Same lumo one.
Don't allow your mind to fall under the influence of afflictions, of afflictive emotions.
Not same one doesn't go follow the mind.
Don't let yourself follow and become the slave to your own mind. Especially if the mind is being the slave to delusions, right?
Okay.
Thank you.
But if you follow select the mind, then mind follow the delusions. The delusions bring us to very difficult get up the dump. Number? Dump, is the number? Number, what's that? Mud. No, mud.
Yeah.
If we walk on mud, very difficult to come out, right? You guys have any experience? Maybe not. We have a lot of experience. We go to mud, a lot of water there, we walk there. Very hard to get out our feet from the mud.
Maybe like
Quicksand.
a quagmire.
Or the backyard.
No, not this kind. In Tibetan, there are a lot of muds.
Quicksand.
No, not quicksand. Just regular mud. Your feet
Mud.
get stuck.
It's deep mud.
Yeah.
I think we can
Or horse
understand what
stables.
he's talking about.
Mud, no?
Yeah.
We can very deep mud in Tibetan. No, maybe you guys have never.
You lose your shoe when you put your foot
Yeah,
out.
you put this one go
Even
down,
your shoes have laces.
then you take out this one go down. Very hard to come out. Then you follow the delusion of mind. This mind bring this kind of place. Then we call that hell. Maybe we don't want to be very loud. It's a hell. Then we do virtue things. Then this kind of mind, they bring us to upper realm. Then finally we achieve enlightenment, happiness. Anyway, this kind of my broken English. Then maybe we follow through the text. Anyway, everybody think about to turn down virtues of false. This is more important. And you know the false, then you doesn't follow. Right? You know you put your hand on the fire. The fire will burn your head. Then you never put that, right? Then also very important you study the lam-rims. Remember the what's it, outlines. Even if you cannot read all the text, you can just maybe sit, relax, calm down, then you can just visualize all the outlines. Then first one, then how much inside that, then second one, how much inside that, then you think about a little bit, what meaning you can go to beginning to end. You cannot read all the lam-rim, it's too difficult, but the outline, what's the outline? Okay? Also, usually they who teach the lam-rims, they have to, every day, they all outlines, say again. There's a Tibetan Buddhism tradition. They try to remember the students again. Okay? That is the Kangyakogros.
So first there are the four major outlines. So we all know those, right?
Everybody has their notes. Then you can figure out again they have your anyway. Shukun Tabashibshan, and the Babucha. Dangala Kibashib, Chuditava. And in Chawanji, the Chula Chini Chudacheta. Takiramani, such as somebody on yours.
Okay, so
You can say.
yeah, so he ran through those very quickly. See if my own memory works.
No, you can read.
Well, so we're in the third outline, which is how to study and teach the Dharma, right?
Yeah.
And the first two were the greatness of the Dharma and the greatness of the composer of the Dharma. Is that
Greatness
right?
of the author first and greatness of the Dharma second.
Greatness of the author first, and then greatness of the Dharma. And now we're at how to listen to and study the Dharma.
Okay, the first one, greater one, author of Dharma, or they also how they learn, how they get knowledges. After what they benefit from India and then Tibetan. You can think all that. The second one that's okay, you can say
당국할리.
소라 말이 같이 땜바 탐치 몇몇 동바
So the
all teachings
yeah.
contradict.
Yeah, he can say it in English, actually. All the teachings are free from contradiction, and then the second one, the next one.
Surah 말에 나가면서
Taking all of the teachings as personal instruction.
자유 공부되나 되냐.
It's easy to understand the intention of the conqueror, of the Jina, the Buddha.
then 이제 탐치 다른 가서로 와서 all the religion all
the greatness of allowing to save yourself from the worst mistake.
Okay.
That of abandoning the Dharma.
Did everyone hear that?
Okay.
The greatness of allowing to save yourself from the worst misdeed.
Okay. Then now we have to sumba, such a sumba, Chawanidi Chulachi Chitashi,
So now we are in the third outline, in the actual title of it. He ran very insanely quickly through it, but
how you listen?
yeah, those two I understood. How to listen to, and then also how to explain the Dharma.
Then after how you do together, how you say sumba?
And then what the teacher and the student should do together at the end.
Okay?
Did everyone get that? What the teacher and the student should do together at the end.
They have to together play. Okay, then the first one is then we call to be the plan samba.
So the first is to reflect on the benefits of listening to the Dharma.
You know, there we have listening to Dharma is greater land, greater weapon, greater work, they have taught something, right? Everybody think about it. Then Chumawala Roshapa is teacher and Dharma you have to respect. He or she, your teacher doesn't matter. Then you have to respect. Also you can respect the teaching Dharma. That's the second one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then third one is verse.
Natural way to listen to the Dharma.
That how you listen. They have 3 and 6. 3 is,
Three faults.
3 faults. What? The Shadwa?
First is an upturned vessel.
Upside down. Then too much in.
And then a stained vessel or stinky vessel.
This can't. When you study, when you teach or when you listen teaching, this kind of mind's no good. Even you go to school, go to college, you do the lesson the teacher. However he or she said, then you don't get anything. This is a very important. However we do, right? Mm-hmm. Not just Dharma. Right. We don't need to this upside down vase, then leaking vase. What is that?
Too much in is stained or
Stand.
Dirty, filthy.
dirty, yeah.
Dirty.
Is that what it's- yeah, dirty.
And this kind of motivation is not good to study Dharma. Also, however you study anything. Then, now second one, we said, teaching and she took them.
So these are the six helpful attitudes that we are beginning with today. We finished the 3 last week.
Yeah. Okay?
Page 82 in the blue book. So the first one is seeing yourself as a patient, as like a patient.
Okay? Then,
Seeing the Dharma as a medicine.
then, and
then that the virtuous friend is like a doctor. And then that practicing the teachings, practicing what you are taught, is like taking the medicine that will cure you. So developing the attitude that the Buddhas are holy beings, And then the attitude that the Dharma should remain for a very long time.
Okay? Everybody got it? Then fourth one is very important. If you're first one, then the other ones, they're automatically coming. Maybe everybody can read together, then what is that? Let's start. Second one.
Okay, so I guess we'll read the first whole point. Sabche Tangpo, Tsangma.
Yeah, Shama also.
Okay, so we'll read the.
We can read this. This is have very great texts also in here. We can read more imprints.
Okay,
We can read
so we'll read the point which begins on page 82 of the Blue Book all the way until the bottom of page 83. This is a vital attitude to have. If it is present, the others will follow naturally. It might seem perverse to meditation on being patient when we are not ill, but the point of this is that we are seriously ill with the disease of delusion. As Geshe Ngawang pointed out, it might be a perverse for a person who is not ill to meditate this way, but we have in fact contracted the grave and chronic illness of the three poisons, attachment, hatred, and ignorance, though we do not know it. We might be wondering, how could I be sick and not know about it? Yet when you have a high fever, you may be delirious, sing songs and so forth, and not feel sick. We have been most seriously ill with delusions for such a long time that we are not aware of it. Again, you might wonder, if I have a disease, shouldn't I have aches and pains? But I haven't. But time and time again, you get the acute aches and pains that result from the three poisons. You may wonder, what are they? Suppose you go to the market and see some attractive items but cannot afford it. When you return home, you are most upset and wonder how you can get it. This is the pain of attachment. When you see, hear, or recall something unpleasant, a stinging remark, for example, you feel unbearable anguish. This is an example of the pain of hostility. Examine this part in detail and go into pride, jealousy, and so forth. Delusions are serious, painful, intolerable, chronic diseases. Hence, you have contracted many diseases, the disease of attachment, hostility, jealousy, and so forth. You take great care not to contract even one ordinary disease, but why doesn't suffering from many varieties of delusions worry you at all? Shantideva says in engaging in the deeds of the bodhisattvas, if you must obey your doctor's orders when you have a normal disease, what need be said about the disease you have always had 100 times worse, such as attachment? We are most afraid if we are sick and the illness has already lasted a month or two. But we have suffered under the disease of delusion and beginningless samsara until the present, and still it is impossible for us to recover from this disease until we manage to achieve liberation from cyclic existence. As Geshe Ngawang said, the patient who will never get well, the traveler who will never reach his destination. This is the perfect description of ourselves.
Everybody understand? I think many ways understand that. Then this is important. We have to think about. Anyway, we say I'm not sick. Physical.
In general, we say that I'm not sick.
Right. But here sick means your delusions. We are everybody. We, according to this, we have very big sickness.
Big disease.
Big disease. Then, maybe we don't need to use too details, everybody understand. Anyway, you think about identifying the delusions, disease. Then if you have usually physical, maybe high blood pressure, maybe diabetes, you have to follow what doctors say. What? We have to 100% everybody follow that. Doctors, if you have maybe high blood pressure, maybe diabetes, say, oh, I cannot eat this, doctor said me, I cannot eat this, doctor said me. If you follow just only one disease, your attachment, angry, the Lord disease, of course you have to follow. The Shantideva said, if you want to follow the other thing is follow the lesson to doctor, of course you want to say, this is a listen to what teacher said, teaching, what Dharma said, you have to follow. Then you know what kind of parent attachment, that's just
Yeah, what type of pain arises from attachment and anger and so forth?
Everybody has something, attachment, pain, anger, pain, we have that. Everybody has. Therefore we have to identify it. Buddhism says we always sick. We say we are not sick. I'm a very healthy person. That means not you sick just physically. Maybe you have fever, diabetes. Not talk about these ones. Other guys, 10 non-virtues. Then Geshe Podo was there. Sudi me pe nepa, so leya me pe dobo, suya me pe nepa.
Yeah, so the patient who will never get well.
Yeah. We are not free from the 10 non-virtues, we never getting well. We are not free from 10 non-virtues, we are not running whatever we want to go place.
Yeah, the destination.
Yeah, we have to go to enlightenment with the bodhicitta. We have to burn 10 non-virtues. If you don't burn, you never get there. Therefore, this is a very important outlet. Think about ourselves as a patient. Okay? This is the first one. Tapos tinado kangalo sana kodo. Mrs. Labendo. Kangir igelo kodo mago kendo.
Yeah, you need to hold this in your mind. Okay, you get logo.
We read.
Oh, yeah.
We read, then everybody understand, right?
Yeah.
So we don't need to say again.
Yeah.
Everybody. And also you can read again. Then we jump to second one. Then you are patient, you are sick. Now you choose some medicine. You're looking for medicine, right? This one, the second one. Then you can read.
This one is short.
Yeah, very short.
Okay, so we'll read at the bottom of page 83. When patients realize they are ill, they need to look for the right medicine. The only medicine that will pacify the disease of delusion is the holy Dharma. This is the medicine you must seek.
Okay? If you have fever or you're sick, you go to pharmacy, you get some medicine. I don't know, maybe here difficult. You go to India, just go to stores, you can find. But this medicine is something raw medicine. Anyway, we have to looking for medicine, right? Now what we have disease. We have delusion disease. Delusion disease, correct?
Yeah, sure, you can say that.
The delusion disease medicine is a what? Dharma. Only Dharma. Maybe you go to, maybe I don't know where, maybe Mass General Hospital. You say, I'm very sick, touch me. Can you give me some medicine? Maybe you can go and say, oh, I'm very strong, angry. Can you give me some medicine? They don't get. Only Dharma. Therefore, this medicine is Dharma. We have to looking for Dharma. Now we very find Dharma. But you find Dharma, but you have to. Then third one we say. Anyway, you're looking for Dharma. Dharma is only medicine your disease. Okay? Now you have to find someone explain to the Dharma how you practice. Then we jump to third one. Can you read?
Yeah.
This is after 4?
Yeah.
Before 4. Before 4.
Yeah, this is the third one, right?
Yeah, third one.
Yeah, so we'll read this one, the top of page 84. When you are sick but have no doctor and instead just take some medicine, you may mistake your condition. Is it a heart or a cold disease, for instance, and the stage the illness has reached? The medicine you take may not help and could even endanger your life. You most assuredly need to depend on a skillful doctor. You might not rely on a spiritual guide and instead feel, It is enough to practice Dharma from books, but you will not develop any realization or insights from your recitations, meditations, and so on. Your mind stream would become more and more set in its ways. Thus, when you decide you should practice the Dharma, you must seriously rely on a spiritual guide as you would rely on a skillful doctor. As a patient, you are very happy when you find a doctor. You will listen to whatever he tells you, and out of respect, you will treat the doctor with reverence. You should do the same when you find a spiritual guide. As it says in the summary of precious good qualities, thus the wise who strongly wish to seek holy enlightenment should completely subjugate their pride. Just as patients, in order to be cured, depend on doctors, so should the seeker depend steadfastly on a spiritual guide.
Okay. Everybody understand? Then even you sick, you're looking for medicine, maybe you go to the pharmacy, you take some medicine, you eat maybe the wrong medicine. Maybe you're more sick. Maybe here, maybe less dangerous. They don't sell. Right? You go to India, China, whatever you say, I need some medicine in my head, they give you some. They work on the stores. You say, I need some medicine for my throat. They can give something. They don't know, check that, but they give. They do some, what called the tattoos, or the medicine say this.
They have like a list.
A list, Yeah. Sometimes then no one explains, you eat, something too much, something too low, then very dangerous. A couple years ago, the one Sarah, the one monk, usually the Tibetan pills, some pills very good, everything. Then the monks doesn't go to check the doctors. They say, oh, this is good, this is good. They read some explained book, then they check. One monk, he has very blood pressure or something. He took 2 pills, then he almost died. He went to images of the hospital. Anyway, he almost died. This kind, we don't know medicine exactly, then we eat wrong, then we eat sick. Therefore, here they say, you have to practice the Dharma, you can read some books, learn some from books, but how much you learn, your mind is more stronger, angry, more ego, Madhya. Pride. Your mind's more pride. This comes, you doesn't know how you practice. You learn that, but you doesn't know how you practice. Therefore, you need to teach her how you practice. Then who he or she explain the teacher is very important. You need. For example, some person very sick, they're looking for doctors, then they find the doctor, they're very happy, they respect, whatever the doctor say, we follow it. Therefore, same as us, when we follow, we find some teacher who he or she explain how you practice the Dharma, how you control your mind. You have to be very happy and you have to respect them. Benefit for you. This is the meaning of the third outline. Third outline. What? If you learn some book, you study book, read book, maybe you can learn something, but it doesn't know how you practice. This is a very important. They teach you explain. First do this, second do this, third do this. Otherwise, if he doesn't know what's first, what's second, how you do that, main mistake, then demands more, strong. Then this Dharma doesn't work your disease. This is not Dharma's fault, Dharma's fault. This, he doesn't know how you practice. Correct?
Yeah.
It's not Dharma's fault?
It's not Dharma's fault if it doesn't work to cure the disease. It's because you don't know how to practice. You need the teacher to explain.
Therefore, the teacher is very important. Then we say also, don't misunderstand. I say, I'm your teacher, you have to respect me. This is important message.
Yeah.
Then one teacher, his name is Geshe Ngawang Tenley. He's passed away. He's very famous Tibetan teacher. He was come west first. Then he never teach to Guru devotion. Then he says some of the Western people very easy to misunderstand. Then he doesn't want to teach Guru devotion for them. The Guru devotion, they talk about you have to respect good things for good. Then teachers, students, something they misunderstand. They say, oh, they miss. I think we need. He talk about we have to follow him, we have to respect him, but not this kind. Okay, who he or she or teacher you have to respect, follow this kind of person. Okay. Then means you have to find right teacher. It's very important. Then there are what the right teacher. Not just you can find some very famous. You say, oh, I have to follow them. It's very good. It doesn't work. Somebody wrote that sometimes it doesn't work. We have to check he or she, good or bad. First you have to free to check. After you respect the he or she teacher, then you don't have to free to check. You really go inside. You have to follow whatever they say, otherwise you get more negative. Before you follow them, you have to check. You have free. Then very important to check. I mentioned this other day, I don't know this year, maybe in China, in Asia countries, someone's looks handsome, looks
very good looking.
Very good looking. Something maybe very fancy clothes, maybe long hair, something special. Oh, I have to follow them. He's a very good teacher, Then, after they find fault, then they say, oh, then too late.
Could everyone understand? He told us a story, I don't know, a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago, about a teacher in Asia somewhere, China maybe, who had, he's very pleasant looking and he had all of the nicest accoutrements of a teacher, so like brocade clothing and fancy hats and stuff. So a lot of people thought like, wow, he's the best one, we should follow him. And then once they became devoted to him, they realized he had all kinds of faults, which then you're in a bad situation. So.
But here also something not dangerous. Someone has very long hair, big malas, then maybe fancy clothes. They say, oh, it's very, very good high yoga practice. We don't know if it's true or not. They have to first we have to check. One time in China, the holiness they told this story. Maybe you guys heard this. One Tibetan, I don't know if it was real monk or not. He went to China. He said, I'm the king of Buddha. Was it? The king of the, I think teacher. King of the teacher.
Yeah, I'm the king of Dharma.
Then usually the Asian people are very, very easy to affect. Then everybody's, oh, he's good. Then he's, I don't know, one part very famous. Then he has one sponsor. I think he stayed there. Finally, he got his sponsor's wife. He took, then he go away. Then, then this kind of person come to India, he asked Holiness, can you say something, this kind of person? He said, I'm the full Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. Not Gyasam.
Oh, not Gyasam.
Yeah.
He's basically saying he's enlightened. Sangyawar.
No, I'm full.
Oh, Gyasam.
He eat the food.
Yeah. Like Trogo Gyasam.
Yeah, I'm
fed up.
Yeah, literally, no, it means he's full.
Full.
He's filled to the top with Tibetan Buddhism. Like, he has everything, basically.
Yeah, first he very strong faith, then he's the sponsor, Then he brings this teacher. Finally, the teacher
Is it fed up?
took
Fed up.
Yeah, maybe you are right.
his teacher or this monk, I don't know his mother. He took his wife. Then
Okay, so let me re-say so everyone can hear. I think Aniyashe is right. It means fed up. So it's full, literally he's saying I'm full, but I think it means like we say in
Yes, sir.
English, I'm fed up. So,
This is the sponsor who goes to
Yeah,
India
the-
then and
the
says, I'm
sponsor.
fed up with Tibetan Buddhism
yeah.
because I had faith, I sponsored this teacher, and then he took my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, get up. I forget it, Then he asked Holiness, can you say something for this kind of person? Then Holiness said, I cannot judge me for them. I have no power. First, you have to check. Very important. First, you say, oh, this famous, he said something. Follow them. Then you know, put the big rock. You doesn't see, you doesn't watch it, you just follow him, then sometimes you know that.
Yeah. So this must be another Tibetan idiom.
Yeah.
But I think the idea of it is that you're following close behind something and not knowing exactly what it is, and you keep getting closer and closer, and he's saying you find out at the end it's a giant rock and smash your nose on it.
Therefore, sometimes this is a very, usually I think Tibetan maybe, usually they are very, what you call it, Monde is always, Monde is what? Monde means he doesn't know that, but very strong faith. Yeah, Yeah, moving.
Yeah, so like blind faith.
Yeah.
Blind faith.
Tibetans are very blunt faith, but that is very dangerous. But maybe here, new Buddhism, not dangerous. Blunt faith is first you have to teach it who or she check very carefully. You can listen teaching, for us, Dharma friends. I'm the rulers, because Tibetan for shopping, the rulers and the leaders say that you guys we can discount together. However, our life is fine. They don't get, we get some benefit, we don't get any negatives. Then you follow the teachers, then you have to respect. In other words, just Dharma friends, sometimes you listen teaching, sometimes you say, oh, he's bad, he doesn't know anything. You can say that's no problem. Anyway,
Would
this,
you like to Could you maybe repeat that, Andy?
Okay, so I think that what he's saying, just to repeat again, although he said it in English, I thought it was clear. But to repeat it again, he's saying the issue here is really about devotion. So once you've taken someone as a teacher, you have to respect them. But on the other hand, there's no problem with having teachers that you treat as a friend. They're a Dharma friend. So you're able to listen to their teaching and get some benefit from it, and maybe sometimes you can even argue back and forth or discuss the teaching, and there will be no negative because of that. So if you see like, well, he's good on talking about this point, but on this point I don't agree, then no negativity follows from that. But if it were someone that you take as a guru, and then you were to say, like, he doesn't know what he's talking about, then that's problematic. I mean,
okay, this is the third one, okay? Now fourth one may be too long, we read.
yeah.
You guys a little boring. I can a little bit deeper explain, okay?
Okay.
Then this can talk about now you can take the medicine, then you
Cure the illness.
cure them. The thing is that now you listen, you find Dharma, you find teacher. Now you listen the teaching, you practice, then you free from all negativeness, all samsara. This is now you have teacher. You listen teaching, you have teacher. Now you have to practice. I'm talking about this, maybe if you want to follow this, or maybe I'll just go deeply this, okay? For example, you sick, go to see doctor, he give a lot of medicines, you bring medicines, you put medicines on your desk table, he doesn't check, then you never What's that?
You don't get cured.
You don't get cured.
Cured.
Then whose fault? This is not medicine's fault. This is not doctor's fault. This is the person's fault, right? Now we find teachers, we find teaching. Now you have to practice. If you doesn't do practice, then this is not Dharma's fault, not teacher's fault. This is our fault. Therefore, you have to practice. This is very important. There is a lot of quotations. Also come down, thinking to do job only.
Okay, so should we read that one?
Maybe too long.
Okay.
Maybe you can read the quotation.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll read just the quotation from the King of Single-Pointed Concentration Sutras, which starts at the top of page 85. So, after constant searching, the patient finds a skilled and intelligent doctor, who, eyeing him with much compassion, tells him, "Take this medicine," which he dispenses. Yet the patient does not take this most wholesome and precious medicine, the potential cure. Do not blame the doctor. The medicine is not at fault. Rather, the patient himself is to blame. So too with people ordained into this doctrine. They may know full well about the 10 forces, the jhana concentrations, the 10 powers, but make no true effort to meditate. How could nirvana come without the right effort? And I have taught you most wholesome dharma. If you do not practice what you've heard, you are like the patient who left the medicine in its pouch, thinking, "This cannot cure my disease." Okay, so we'll do also the engaging in deep sattvas. Physically make use of these. Mere words accomplish nothing. Will the sick be helped just by reading the prescription?
Okay, everybody understand? No, I already explained this before, Anyway, you have to practice more important. You minds here, you practice dharma here, that doesn't work. You have to, they say, ignorance or attachment is not good. You have to try to calm down attachment. They say, anger is not good. You have to a little less angry. Then also, the Shantideva said, you show body, speech, activities, this. Then you know there's some words, nothing benefit. For example, you just go to your sick, go to check a doctor, you doesn't take medicine. It's the same. The Shantideva, this word. Then the Lord down there said, then you go to see doctor, you check for medicine for that, not enough, you have to eat. Then you, what's it, another pain.
Then it has benefit for the pain and illness.
Then you lesson teaching, not enough. You have to practice. You have to put your mind together with this.
Yeah, Lola Tendang.
Yeah. Anyway, you have to practice. Think about this more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to, when you get the teachings, you have to turn it again and again in your mind. You have to carry it, with you. Put it into practice. Not just hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, not just hearing. You have to put your mind. Then lam-rim chemu, what is it?
Okay, so then we'll read the quote from the Great Stages of the Path, beginning on the bottom of page 85. One is made to understand through study, yet it is more vital to put the meaning of the studies into one's every practice according to one's ability.
This is a very strong ability word. Ability?
This is a This is a very powerful
word.
Yeah.
lam-rim chemu. First we have to hear, then understand what is the goal. It's a shapai means you have to practice. Okay? Now everybody heard, everybody understand. Now what's third one? You have to practice. This you can read lam-rim chemu says again. Tuni shiba gubani shiba imbi. Tehela nibana teme lalendene chego you have to practice more important. Then after that you say tal nyamle maybe tuja thamubo sabat sunbana awesome give it. If you don't practice, you heard a lot of teachings, you understand a lot, But the goal is you have to practice. If you doesn't practice, you have to eat.
The bark of sugar cane.
The sugar cane. If you want to eat the sugar cane,
Sugar cane.
you eat the outside.
Yeah, the bark or the husk.
Then you doesn't got real what you want, right? You just eat the husk. Also, you go to see the movies, maybe outer singers. You just see them there, how you there, but you don't know how you by yourself.
Huh? I missed this one. So the movies?
Movie, maybe outer singer, musicians. You're going to see nobody.
Oh, the actors.
Actors.
Yeah, dancing or singing.
They're not very good well. We doesn't know. We just see them.
We just look at it.
Look
Yeah.
at them.
So you see other people doing like the acting, the singing and dancing. That doesn't mean we know how to do it. We just see other people doing it.
These examples, you know how you practice, you heard, you know that, but you doesn't practice. This is what the same example meaning.
Yeah. So this is the one further down from the
Yeah,
Dole.
yeah.
So he read really quickly through the comment at the top about the Plea for Altruism Sutra has this to say about people whose habit has been to acquire a long list of received teachings and initiations, but put nothing into practice. And then there's the quote about the eating the husk or the bark of the sugar cane and not actually getting the real sugar cane that's contained inside it. And then I think the thing about the movie, he's saying from this second quote down there, like people who go to watch a play and sing the praises of other heroes, they have lost track of the important. Such are the dangers of being over fond of talk.
Okay, then.
So
they first you heard little bit benefit your mind. Then you have to again again think. If you doesn't do this, then first you heard little bit your mind had strong emotion. The second one says, I know this one. Third one says, yeah, I know I have this 100 times. Then worse. You follow the trust?
Okay, so should I read that section?
Yeah, maybe you can read.
Okay, so after the quote that I just read, there's the paragraph there. They are said to be like people who imitate the actors in a play. You should not be lazy by merely studying. You must strive to put your studies into practice. If you do not do this, the Dharma has made you intractable, and nothing could be worse. Too much study and too little meditation is caused to become unyielding toward the Dharma. So it is said. In the early stages, your studies seem to be only a little benefit to your mind, but your studies will have even less impact on you if you do not take them any further through frequent reflection and meditation. Eventually, you will be sick of teachings. Later, there will be even less impact when you study further, and subsequently, even less still. Eventually, no matter how profound an instruction you study, you will think things as done that, and your studies will be of no benefit at all to your mental stream. You have become unyielding to the Dharma, as Acharya Vararuchi says in his 100 verses.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can read the verse together. The monk who's been disrobed, the woman who's left 3 husbands, the jackal who's escaped a trap, know these 3 as crafty types. The Kadampas of old used to say, Dharma will subdue the sinful, but not those unyielding to the Dharma. Oil will soften up a tough old hide, but not the skin used to carry butter.
Okay? Anyway, they talk about you have to important to practice. Chuja comes what?
Yeah.
Second one.
Yeah, the Kadampas of old used to say, Dharma will subdue the sinful, but not those unyielding to the Dharma. Unyielding to the Dharma.
Unyielding means what? You say, oh, I know this, yeah. I know this, yeah. Yeah, all that talk about this. You don't have any feeling. This kind of person is very dangerous. First you heard, you say, they talk about benefit for Dharma, then they talk about false to negatives. We say, oh, you have a very strong feeling. You say, oh, I don't want to do anything very dangerous. Then you second, you heard, I know this. Third, you say, yeah, I know this. Then one more, then after you don't have any feeling, you say, yeah, they always expert, they always talk this. This kind of person should occur.
Yeah, this is unyielding to the Dharma.
Then, for example, fire, when we have fire, we put water, then fire will go down. Then fire come to water, then how can we come down? Chulumeshana.
So if water falls on the fire,
I think so. Then how can we come down this fire? Then usually delusions, negativities, false studying Dharma, they
they disappear, they become less.
yeah. Then all you have the Chudekana, no. Dikpachi ta chu to kores. Dikchi chuji tapja.
Yeah, so Dharma will subdue the sinful, but not those unyielding to the Dharma.
Oh yeah. Therefore we have to be very careful sometimes. He say, oh yeah, no, this they always talk about nothing feeling. Then difficult. We put the Tibetan put the animal skin very dry, but butter. Then they very what's that flexible?
Flexible.
Yeah, flexible. Then what they put butter, put the animal skin. Then butter doesn't work for them. They're always very hard.
So in Tibet, just to explain, I've seen the butter before.
Oh yeah.
And so they have like a piece of leather, and they put the butter inside it, and then they sew it up like around the butter. But the butter normally makes it has oils in it, so it makes the skin really soft. But when you put it inside like that, the leather becomes really, really hard. Really hard. So I don't know exactly why that happens, but it happens. So when they take the butter out, they have to take a cleaver and actually chop the skin in half to get the butter out. It becomes really hard. So he's saying like that, people who are unyielding to the Dharma, though they hear all this Dharma and put it in, they become like the hard leather. It doesn't do anything to them. Like it normally should make them supple, but it doesn't.
Usually butter make the leathers very soft.
Yeah.
But their own, I don't know.
Yeah.
The leather doesn't make too soft. Therefore, you have to Dharma, you say, oh yeah, no, they always talk. No, everybody else, this feeling. Not just you, everybody say, yeah, I know. Doesn't feeling, this can't really difficult. Even you have some other teachings, this can't. When we study lam-rim, then maybe they go away. If you have this kind for lam-rim, then nothing. Nothing available to.
So if you have this kind of mental attitude starts developing toward the stages of the path, then it's like hopeless. Like you're not going to achieve anything. So.
But it's okay. Don't worry. Okay. Very a little bit was hopeless. It's okay. Don't worry. Okay. We are not this kind of person. We don't have time. If you have time, we are fine. We can what's that? We blame to time. We say we don't have time to practice.
We blame time.
Right? We don't want to blame to us. We blame to time. We don't have time. We have to go walk.
Did you guys understand? We don't want to blame ourselves, like when we don't practice these things, so we blame the time. There's no time. It's not my fault. I don't have any time. So.
I have to meditate. I don't have to find the very quiet place. Always very noisy. Anyway, you can read the little after this quotation, what they say. No, before Dhamma.
Okay, so...
after the quotation.
Yeah. In other words, this is the worst thing that could happen.
Okay.
If people who have become unyielding to other teachings are taught the lam-rim, they can be subdued. But if they are unyielding to the lam-rim, they are quite impossible to subdue. You should therefore be wary of this point.
Okay? Anybody understand? This is okay. This is not I say. This is what we call it. The great teachers say. Then oh, you guys doesn't found? Oh, anyway.
It's page 87 of the PDF. Sorry.
Anyway, this pound is we can read again, try to practice. It's more important. We don't need to very high 24 hours, but a little bit. You know, they're talking about what means practice means. High practice means not just you see there quiet. You have to think about maybe you can think about a false negative words. Maybe think about you what's a benefit, virtues. Then you can think about maybe what is that? Loving kindness. Then also just think about angry. Anger is not good. Everybody believe anger is not good. But everybody follow the anger, right? When you relax, you say, I'm a very patient person, then it's not patient. When you have difficult time, then you're very patient, it's real patient. So whenever you think about false anger, then maybe it's very easy, a little easy to, maybe stop to get angry. Otherwise, we always, whatever anger say, we follow him, then he never give up. Whenever times come, he just come down. He say, hey, I'm here. I need to fight. He or she, we fall. Then after you fight, we are not comfortable, right? Are you guys comfortable?
Yeah.
No.
You fight some of your friends, family members, kids. You say very bad words. After you finish, you are comfortable?
No.
Even you have friends, we say some bad words, harsh words. After, I don't know, I'm not quite happy. This is whose fault? This is angry fault, right? Then we think about faults to anger or touch others, then we have a little bit way to stop. So, otherwise, we don't think, it's just nature in the mind, then never stop. Anyway, then practice means not just always mantras. This is not part of that, not this, What Kadamba Geshe said was a nyomum is a semo set. What?
Nyomum is semo.
Yeah, semo is the one, right?
A bead.
Bead, what is?
Oh, the thumbnail.
The thumb, you do not, then you want a very, same is what? They make knot.
Yeah.
What's a mark here?
Yeah.
They've cut here.
Yeah.
Then nyomo. Nyomo.
Yeah, nyomo.
The nyomo message, semo set means.
Nyomo?
Nyomo message means nyomo doesn't purify. You purify you. Semo set.
So some Kadam Lama was saying like the Nyomung Sit, the non-cessation of afflictions, is the mark of on the thumb from doing the mantra recitation. So he's saying like when you do these beads again and again and again, you get like a groove in your thumbnail like from turning the beads.
We have this very strong. Always we do this, then sometimes this come right. I saw the Lord Tibetan Studies.
Nyomong
Miss
they're not gone.
They're not gone.
Yeah.
But his same was gone.
But so it's like saying like you haven't gotten rid of the afflictions, but you got rid of the front of your thumbnail.
Even you 3 years retreat, maybe I'm mantra, you have to finish the mantra. Then think about it. Then when you come down, you still very same kind person, very easy angry, very easy attachment, very easy jalsa, same. Then it's a benefit, of course, you have 3 years there, but doesn't work man pound. So, there was a symptom.
Yeah.
Symptom was very important.
disciplining the mind again, from the verse which we read at the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I'm not saying no good that you do mantras, okay? I'm not saying. But more important is mind.
yeah.
Simple means less attachment, less everything, less judgment.
So disciplining the mind means less of those afflictions, having less of those.
If you practice, then 100% they come. Then you have to do some gomsum yamatava.
So you have to tusum gomsum
Yamatava.
yoma.
Yamatava is not perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So don't divide listening, contemplation, and cultivation, or listening, reflection, meditation. However, is this, I think here,
Yeah, then
contemplation, they say study, contemplation, and meditation in this translation.
then drum tamba, the other
Okay.
one.
So then this quote, which he's led up to now, is by Drom Tongpa, which says, "When I study, I increase my contemplation and meditation. When I contemplate, I increase my study and meditation. When I meditate, I increase my study and contemplation. I know how to gather them as one foundation and take the Dharma as my path. I am a Kadampa and don't do things in parts. People who wear blinkers are deceived. Those who well understand the excellent are Kadampas."
Okay? They talk about anyway. You have to do some gomsum. How about you heard? Then you meditation, you think this one. First you know that you just live there, then just walk. Do some gomsum. Yamatava together. Okay?
So, sorry.
Blinkers?
I was going to ask that too. the people who wear blinkers,
Blinders, yeah.
They're blinders, like the horse has on the side of his
So
head.
maybe it was a typo, I wonder.
yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It is a type.
Nick says it's English.
What?
What should
It's
it
an
be?
English phrase, blinkers.
It's the correct word.
Yeah. We trust the editor. Yeah. So it means the same as, I guess, what in America we call blinders, right? Yeah. Blinders. So the ta. Something. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Okay? And also we have to not just 1 day, 2 days, 3 months, not always. For example, when very bad disease, cut the hands, legs, this kind of person have to take medicine years. Therefore we have to seek ignorance whole lives. We have to do whole life. The little down there they talk about.
Okay, so
After that.
So if lepers with deformed hands and feet
Yeah.
take medicine only once or twice, their condition will not change. They need to take a powerful medicine over a long period. We have been suffering from the virulent, chronic illness of delusion since beginningless time, and it is not sufficient that we put the meaning of an instruction into practice only once or twice. We have to work at it seriously, as constantly as a river flows.
Then Tendra Kumi, then they have some quotation.
Yeah.
True intention means, water go to all the way, doesn't stop. You have to send this every day, not just 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. All day we have to practice.
So this is constantly as a river flows, is what he's commenting on.
Then Tendra Kumi.
Chandra Goman. So we'll read Chandra Goman's quote at the bottom of page 87. "But the mind has long been blinded, and this disease has long been festering. What could a leper with mutilated feet and hands derive from taking his medicine only a few times?"
Good. Then we learn a little story. Geshe
Ngawang.
Ngawang. He read some Vinaya book. Vinaya said the monks cannot use leather. They put it on the bed. Then he's under his bed, one leather. Then he saw this read. And he goes, I'm confident or voice. Then he immediately took out, he threw out. Then he again, then they say, you're far away, give permission. Then how can he bring back? This is talk about anyway, you see something fall, you know, maybe you, for example, just angry. When you're angry, you say, oh, anger is not good to you. Immediately you stop. He said, strong attachment. Immediately you try to stop. You're very jealous. You doing that and immediately stop. You know, they talk about this kind.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then,
So we had, you know, in the Wednesday teaching, it's one of the types of level, right?
oh yeah.
To think about,
Yeah.
like, even
Yeah.
you hear a
Oh, yeah.
teaching and you think, oh yeah, that's bad, I should do that someday. You know, I should like put that teaching into practice someday. That was one of the types of laziness in the teachings that we were having on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So this teacher is showing like the correct, joyful effort. As soon as he knew it was wrong, he just
Yeah.
immediately corrected his.
Immediately correct.
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, I have to think about it, finish it. Not yet. We have too much. Yeah, maybe 3 pages. Usually they have one story, already told story. Remember the other day?
Yeah.
Maybe we can finish. What do you guys think?
Let's try. Let's just go for it.
Then the 5 one is Jewa Tamba Buddha Hyachamidi. He's teacher. His teaching is his experience. He give for us. And we say he's Jewa Tamba.
So this is the 5th one. He's developing the attitude that the Buddha is a holy being.
Then you can do it, yeah.
The first person to teach the Dharma was our teacher, the Buddha, and he himself made manifest the path and its results. He taught it in others properly, and the points he taught on the subject of modifying one's behavior were without the slightest error. Thus he is an authority. One must therefore feel, how could his teachings on the Dharma be mistaken? When one recalls these facts about Buddha, in one tradition, one can conjoin this with the attitude that a holy being is a Tathagata. One should then feel, this holy being, my Guru, is an emanation of the Tathagata Shakyamuni.
Yeah, this is not difficult to understand. The 6th one said that this kind of Buddha's teaching is live forever.
For a long time.
For a long time. This 6th one. You know, there also that's true. There's a 5 one is Gajajit Chamba. Think about kindness Buddha. Then the 6th one is Junso Gomba.
Yeah.
Junso Gomba. You can check the summary. Look at that. Chopin, Sanjira, Junso Gomba is.
Oh, yeah. So this is the 5th one. He's reading actually the 2nd paragraph of the 6th one. Explains the 5th and the 6th one. So the first 5 attitudes are examples of recalling the Tathagata's kindness. So those are 1 through 5. And then the 6th one is a meditation on repaying Buddha's kindness.
Okay? Buddha's teaching is the same as a mirror. We can see how free or beautiful, we can see the mirror, right? Buddha's teaching, we can see how much negatives for us, how much faults for us, our mind.
It's the mirror of Dharma.
They will study Dharma. Dharma is more important. Everybody, they said. Then they have a little story. I think I already told you guys read when you go back home. This story is anyway. Buddha, previous life, he teaches some guy, bad guy, good guy.
Yeah. So this is the story he told a few weeks ago about from the Jatakas, where in one of his previous lives, Buddha was a beautiful prince, and he was kidnapped by a monster, an ogre of some sort, who trapped him in a castle, planning to eat him with a bunch of other children. I think he had, and then Buddha said, well, you know, he had just been on his way to attend a teaching and give some offering to his teacher. So he convinced the ogre to let him go, promising that he would return. And the ogre just thought, well, this is kind of crazy that he would come back, but let's see what happens. So he let him go, and he went and listened to the teaching and gave the offering to his teacher. And then, as he had promised, he returned to the ogre. And then the ogre was kind of awestruck and said, why would you do that? and then it softened his mind enough that Buddha could actually, the previous incarnation of Buddha could teach him some Dharma, turn his mind to the Dharma, and then all of the other children were freed.
999.
999 children that he had been keeping to eat.
He became very good practitioner.
Yeah.
You can read this story, finish second order. Should be through.
Yeah. So
you can read again. They're not difficult things.
yeah. So the story it runs for a few pages in here, from page, I think beginning on page 89 all the way to page
92.
Yeah, 92.
Next one we start with Sachinipa.
Yeah. So the next one will be the second outline in this section. This section is listening to and teaching the Dharma. So the second outline is the way to teach the Dharma.
Before we skip what they talk about, they have to practice. You mind here, you study Dharma here, that doesn't work. You mind in Dharma have to go to maybe horse, this much big space, then that doesn't work Dharma. You have to put Dharma in your mind. No wing cannot go.
You have to put, he's saying you have to put the Dharma in your mind so close together that wind can pass between the two.
Cannot pass.
It's
Cannot
the image, can't.
Cannot pass. Right?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, we skip over there. They talk about this one, okay?
Yeah, so that's explained in I think the last section of number 6 that we just read. So you guys can read that.
No, it's homework. Now I give you homework question. What is Buddhism? You know, yesterday I heard the holiness, one India guy, he said, how is that? Buddha Dharma? India? Bottom?
The refuge.
How is that?
It's like there are two ways of saying it. The very one way of saying it, the original way, the old way, is Buddham Sharanam.
Oh yeah, Buddham Sharanam
Gacchami. Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami. And so
One time holiness meet some India the monk. He said, he asked, what is Buddha Dharma? I said, I don't know. You know, usually we are all same, you know. We say, I'm Buddhism. I said, what is Buddhism? Okay, who is, usually there are many parts, you can say many parts, but you know, we have to say basically, someone said, you can talk to some person, I said, I'm going to Buddhism center, I'm the 20 years I studied Dharma. If they say, what is Buddhism? You have to say something. If you don't practice that, you have to say, give some answer, right? Therefore, I said, what is Buddhism? Who is the volunteer?
Any volunteers?
Page 3. Say something. Say this okay. Don't feel. What's that? Embarrassed?
Don't feel embarrassed. Yeah.
We can say that we learn something. Okay?
I would say that it's seeking happiness through taming the mind.
What is that?
The semla duane dewa tu devala tu
Develop so.
seni duwa ne.
Yeah, this is a part.
Yeah, one part. That's good.
That's good. Then
Page 3.
okay. Anyway,
Motivation. Trying to help others.
usually Buddhism is I think 2 parts. One part of Buddhism philosophy is the experience to reality. Reality thing. We say, oh, Buddha said this is correct. He doesn't say. We have to study reality, right? One part we say refuge for Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then we say maybe someone asks him, what is Buddhism? We say, there are many parts that, but we understand reality, phenomena, what is that? Things?
We understand the reality of phenomena.
Yeah, reality, then symptom tapshi.
The method of disciplining the mind.
Yeah. This is the main ones. Then we say, oh, we can say refuge Buddha Dharma Sangha, then understand, identify each one. Then we study. What's that? Symptom tapshi.
We study the method of disciplining the mind.
You know, this kind. Usually there are many kinds. Some Chinese girl told also we have story. She said, I'm the Tibetan Buddhist. And then someone, what is Buddhism? She said, we offering the layers, offering the incense from the Buddha. This is Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism. This is, it's part of, of course, part of that, but it's not, what's it, reality. Exactly. Exactly, we say, we are
Yeah, so this is again the last line of the verse on page 3. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha.
Okay. If maybe next time maybe you can give answer this card, then maybe you're not fair.
And
not fair, maybe. Maybe not 100%, but maybe not fair.
Fail?
Not fail.
All right, repeat what you consider to be Buddhism. You talked around it.
Correct. Sikshedi. Rani sani yongsudu. Sikshedi. Yeah, the verse is on page 3.
But
do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions.
You said it in a different way, knowing the nature of reality and knowing.
So okay, so he's talking about the subduing your mind. So he's taking that as like the kind of how can you say the epitome of what this whole verse is. Actually, is subduing your mind. But in order to subdue your mind, one way is to understand the nature of things, and then to have the method to use that. So wisdom and method is basically what he's talking about.
So the correct answer next time it's asked would be that quote there, or would it be?
I mean, an understanding of that quote. Yeah. I mean, you could.
So just saying that would be correct.
Yeah, he's saying you should memorize it.
Yeah. You can memorize. Also, you can say we refuge Buddha Dharma Sangha, identify each one. Then you can say this word.
Yeah, so then he's saying like the actual, if you want to identify or to be able to understand the 3 jewels, then it's also this verse here. Then it's correct. Then it's correct. Sangye kuncho. Yeah, so all of these 3 jewels are represented by these verses here, all together. It's not like each verse, each line represents only one of them, but that this whole thing is the epitome of what the 3 jewels are. So
the whole thing meaning what's on page 3.
Yeah, the verse. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. So through by means of identifying the 3 jewels, yeah, so like in order to identify the 3 jewels, then you look at this type of verse, which is also the method and the wisdom, which are Buddha Dharma. This is the definition of Buddha Dharma.
But because he's asked us that, Geshe Tenley has asked us that question many times. We all kind of go, we slip and slide, kind of trying to get to it. So when he asks it next time, when you ask next time, if we recite this verse, that is correct or no?
Maybe I'll change my mind.
Sometimes it's better not to ask.
But anyway, everybody has something, Yes, so to say, sometimes
Yeah, if you have a little something to memorize and hold and keep in your mind, that's good.
Otherwise,
So
we
maybe-
say, we say, oh, Buddha, we follow Buddha. What Buddha said, then this doesn't work. We say, oh, but what using this? Something, method, use their own method.
Yeah.
What I like when you explain, when you said those words, to understand the reality of phenomena and to understand of the method of identifying what's going on in your own mind, your own mind, in response to that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. That would be the essence of Buddhism for me.
좋아. 근데 저런 거 하거든요. 나도 지금 내 자신이 뜨면서 굉장히 야보이도 두자 하고 왔더니 내가 지금 답시로 왔어.
So if you understand the nature of your own mind, and particularly if you understand which things in your mind are virtue and non-virtue, which are good and not good, then they become less and less, just by being able to understand those.
Just to identify.
Yeah. So the first thing is the teaching. Like this is what, in the benefits of the teaching, when we read the section on like why the teachings are good, is because you can learn how to identify like virtue and non-virtue and those types of things. That's really important.
So often in our life, we don't think there was anything wrong with those, To get angry, everyone gets angry, so what's wrong with anger, But to know that it is wrong, just to know that it is wrong helps weaken that.
This is, be combatant also.
Well, meditation or cultivation depends on
To become familiar.
Yeah, familiar, familiar.
familiarity.
Whole lives, we familiar. Then we stop. Even we know the fault, it doesn't work. You guys, everybody driving, right? Driving too fast, they get ticket. Everybody fair, right? Everybody very careful because they know the fault, they get ticket. Because we know too much what's familiar with this, too fast driving.
Yeah.
We know this judgment angles, we know fault that we too much what's familiarized. Many lives, very difficult to check out. Okay? Okay, anyway, thank you.
Thank you, Geshe.
I'm free to my broken English. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you.